how did you get home so fast?
First person on. Wow, I've never been on time to anything in my life.
Can you hear me? No,
Yeah, I can hear you. You're good.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me. Really? Can you hear me now? Turn your volume up.
I'm so glad we did this little test.
What's up, Mom?
It was meant to be, Navin.
Look at every single morning, or every single night before I go to bed, I get all my vitamins ready. See? Did you see?
Yeah, that's awesome, Navi.
My neem turmeric, and that's why I actually take it every day. Even though you don't think I do, I actually do.
That's very cool.
Now you're recording this. Oh my gosh.
Should I turn it off and turn it on later?
Oh no, you're fine. One sec. What's up, Mom?
Navi, what's up?
How do you get changed so fast?
Well, it's kind of easy when you just have to dress top up. I'm getting good at this.
You are, huh? You're a pro.
I don't know. I know nothing.
You feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm feeling great.
Okay, good.
How are you feeling?
I'm good, Mom.
I'm gonna get throat lozenges. Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Is the lighting and stuff okay?
You're perfect. You're lighting.
I was trying to figure out like how to let everybody in without really having to let each person in.
I think you could just make it an open room, Mom.
I did, but then I got an email saying that somebody's trying to get in.
Is that why you let me in?
Uh-huh.
I don't know, Mom.
It says enable waiting room.
Disable it.
Disable?
Disable waiting room, Mom.
Oh, duh. Okay.
Are chia seeds good for you?
Yeah.
They're just.
Should I play sound when people join?
No.
Allow participants to unmute themselves? Yes.
Yes.
Mute participants upon entry?
Do you want to say hi to everyone? Do you want everyone to say hi to you or no? Don't mute them upon entry.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Look at this drink. I had two green drinks today. I had this one this morning. And I had the one you sent me. This one.
Oh, cool.
Pineapple, aloe vera, romaine, parsley, spinach, turmeric, and chia seeds.
Cool.
It's disgusting.
Which link did you press?
The one from your email.
Awesome.
The Zoom link. On your email that you sent today, it didn't have a link in it. What you can do, Mom?
I did send a link in it, Baba.
No, here, let me pull it up. It's had an attachment. Oh yeah, it did. You're right. The one you sent on the 12th didn't have a link though.
It didn't because people don't remember the first time around, you know? But you're right. I should have done it in both. I did think of that afterwards, like how come I didn't do it, you know?
You know what you should do is you can make your you can hyperlink the picture. So if someone clicks the picture, it goes to the Zoom link.
So you have to hyperlink the picture only. You can do it only if it's a PDF. I should have attached a PDF to this.
Yeah.
But for the Instagram image, you can do a PDF.
Yeah.
I'm learning a thing or two.
But you can do a swipe up on Instagram for your stories.
It's already on my link tree.
Good, I'm proud of you.
I
Oh,
had it added to my link tree today.
yeah.
So that you could just, and that's why I wrote in my stories, you know, link in link tree.
Link in bio.
Link in link tree.
You should write link in bio.
Okay.
Or because they'll know it's a link tree when they go on the bio. Is it the top link at the top of your link tree?
No, it's the bottommost
You
one.
should make it a top one. Most recent one should be the top one.
Oh.
So it's easy access, right? You don't have to go scroll down and look for it.
They say that your website should always be first and the other things, and then it should be based on.
Yeah, but if you have like an event going on like this, you should put it at the top.
When you have somebody, oh, somebody's here. Christine Hamlin. Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Hi, Chris.
Hey, how are you doing, Naveen?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. Are you at home? Are you at your parents' house?
I just got home from work
You
maybe
just got home.
20 minutes ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how he got home so fast because he was here a minute ago.
He has a special helicopter that just comes out of the top of his car and flies home. For him.
So crazy. It's so crazy. I don't know how he does it.
A hard worker.
Yeah.
I get it from somewhere.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I hope.
What did they say? The apple in the tree, right?
Yeah.
I hope not from me. You know, I'm a very slow driver.
No, hard
Talking
work.
about the speed.
We're talking about being a hard worker.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I missed
You
something.
goes hopefully not for me.
We think you are a hard worker.
I think I missed something in the middle because I had a couple of, pop-ups for participants coming in.
Oh.
So I think I got distracted.
Is it better for us to keep the camera on or off? What do you prefer?
No, anything, whatever you prefer.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
You know, first timer wants to fit in, right?
I was just asking Nav, and I said, Nav, I don't want to have to let each person in because if somebody's a couple minutes late, then, so he said, okay, well, read the settings to me. And I was reading and it said enable waiting room. I said, I've also enabled the waiting room. He's like, Mom, listen to yourself. And I said, oh, that's what it is. That's what it is.
Isn't it funny how things that are just common words apart from technology get
Right.
grabbed onto by technology, and most of the time it fits, right?
Right. I'm thinking of it from like a hospitality perspective. Like you want them to be in a waiting room, right? Not like keep them out there.
Exactly. I'll let you in after you've been in the waiting room a while.
I think the waiting room is like the family room of Zoom, right?
Yeah.
Hi, Sabi.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Sabi, this is my friend Chris. I guess it's
Hi.
just us, so we can do quick introductions.
Great.
This
Hi, how are you? Good to meet you.
You too.
This is my husband, Greg, coming up. He's going to join us too.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you, Roma?
Good. How are you, Greg?
Very good.
Good.
And you remember Nevin, right?
Yes. Hi, Nevin.
Hey,
Hi,
Greg, how are you?
everyone. Hi, Pretty.
Hi, Roma. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. And I'm trying to figure out who else we have here because I can't see your face very well. Swati. Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
All right. We'll wait for just a couple minutes and make sure that everyone is here, and we'll get started. I think the fun part about this is like, I don't know Monica. That's Monica.
Hi, Brahma Didi.
There you go, Monica.
Hi.
I was trying to figure out. Yeah. Oh, so I see Joy is here. We'll just wait for another 2 minutes.
Hello, Roma. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Joy. How are you?
Doing great. And you guys?
Good, good. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for the invite.
So Joy is part of our UCLA PMF cohort,
Okay.
and she's awesome. She's such a great meditation teacher.
And so are you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Everyone had a good day?
Yes.
Yes, what we can.
Yeah, is this a good time for everyone?
Yeah, for me.
Yeah. I know I kind of thought about who was there at the Hello Mindfulness that I did last time, and I thought, you know what, it was pretty much everyone here in California. So let me see how we can make it work for our California group first, and then as the group grows, we can, you know, hopefully pick a different time if needed. We can pick a different time.
Is this going to be like a weekly thing or a regular thing?
Yes, yes, yes,
Awesome.
yes. Yes, I definitely do want to try to make this a weekly thing. I'm just going to move this light in the back here for a quick second. All right. So welcome everyone. Thank you for being here. I'm so happy to have all of you here. And Camilla's here. Hi.
Hi, Roma. Miss
Hi.
you. Thank you for doing this.
Oh no, thank you for being here. It's so nice to have you guys here. So we'll get started, and as people pop in, if you can all unmute yourself, I think that might help. You know, that might just help. Shadi's here too. Hi, Shadi. So if everyone unmutes himself, then we won't have any echoing or anything, you know, if there are sounds in the background or the phone rings or, you know, the usual things. So, you know, this morning I woke up to the news, right? Feds in Oregon and probably in Chicago soon. Chaos with the unrest, with what's going on in education. COVID numbers rising, and I could feel my heart rate go up. And you know, as much as we all try to make it a habit not to run to the news in the morning, somehow you always end up there, right? We're all talking about it. It's what's in the air. It's what's going on. And even if we keep ourselves away from it, there's a frequency of the feeling in the air that's pretty much unavoidable. It is there, it is what it is. And our bodies absorb that frequency. Our bodies really need to digest that frequency and process that frequency. And those frequencies turn into the fear, the anxiety, the short-temperedness, and everything that we all have felt with the ebbs and flows of COVID and the constant changing of the guards. You know, one minute we're okay, one minute we're not okay. One day masks are fine, and another day masks are not so good, or actually backwards, right? It started out with the masks question mark, and now we all have to wear masks. And then different personalities. We're dealing with so many emotions of people wanting this and not wanting this, wanting to follow the orders and not following the orders, you know. So I think that leaves this frequency for all of us to absorb. It's a frequency of unrest. It's a frequency of unsettlement, if you will. And this is why I think mindfulness is so important at a time like this. It's really something that helps ground us and helps us digest, helps our bodies process these frequencies that are in the air. So even if we self-manage, and even if we do a really good job at it, by osmosis, we are collectively absorbing the energy that's in the air. So by definition, mindfulness is just really being in the present moment, paying attention to the present moment experiences with curiosity, with openness, and a willingness to be with what is. And interestingly enough, this time that we have, this COVID time, and of course all the racial unrest that we have going on everywhere, it really gives us pause to think about, how we can be open-minded, how we can be willing to accept this moment, right? That requires a lot of inner work. That requires grit. That requires us to be dedicated to this cause of self-management. And nothing is more important than self-management at this point, because if we don't manage ourselves, then we will start to see this manifest, this anxiety, this fear, this worry manifest in different ways, not just within our own bodies, but within our family, within our friends and our community. And so I feel it's so important for us to not just manage ourselves, but to come together and do this collective management so that we can shift that frequency. Even if it's a small group, we can start to tip that scale and really output positive vibes into the environment, into the air, and know, not just hope, but actually know that these positive vibes are going to be picked up by someone. They're going to help somebody who's feeling down and depressed and anxious and fearful, because there's so much of that going on in the air right now. And so mindfulness is about really hearing the sounds and the feeling of the hearing and the feeling of the seeing and the feeling of the feeling itself, really being present and accepting the moment as it has showed up, because honestly, there's nothing we can do about it. The moment is here, the moment is now. So our only choice is to be mindful, to be aware, to accept it, and to, I know it's hard to use the word embrace, but if we can sit comfortably with it, then that would be enough for now. So Jan Chosen Bays, she's a pediatrician and a meditation teacher, and I was reading these words from her this morning, and I thought they're such share-worthy words, and I just want to read this to you. She says, for the first 200,000 years of human history, we were only exposed to the news and the suffering of those immediately around us in our tribes and villages. We saw birth, sickness, death, and wars, but on a limited scale. Only in the last 50 years or so has the news media poured the suffering of the entire world, the wars, the natural disasters, the torture, the starvation, and now COVID for us, and the racial injustice, into our ears and eyes every day, day after day after day. This suffering that we are helpless to fix accumulates in our mind and heart, and it makes us suffer in turn. When the mind and heart become too full of pictures and images of violence, destruction, and pain, we must take time to empty ourselves. A steady diet of negative news makes the mind ill. So give the mind the good medicine of silence, beauty, and loving friendship. So I really think that if we are all of us to be part of a family and a part of a community, our very first service is to ourselves, to be able to sit in that space of silence, to refuel. So before we get started, I just thought I would put this out there and ask all of you, what are you carrying in your containers from this last week or weekend? You can just throw that in the chat box so we have some words to start with. And if you don't want to share, that's fine too. But if you're comfortable sharing, maybe throw in a word or two that's sitting at the surface for you. Love, uncertainty. Definitely. Gratitude. Yes, and it's so interesting that, in this time of uncertainty, we're holding the hand of both love and gratitude, right? And this is the challenge. It's hard to hold the hand of joy and grief and gratitude and grief at the same time. It's really hard for us to do that. So let's take that into a practice. Let's take that into some quiet time. And as we sit with ourselves, I'll guide you through just about 10 minutes of a guided meditation and see how we can process, how we can hopefully magnify the lens of love and gratitude and use that to calm the uncertainty that all of us are feeling. And worry about what school will be like for the kids and the right thing to do. And yes, frustration. Absolutely. I talked about this just as soon as we started, that has been at the news in the forefront for parents. What is this next year going to look like? And that uncertainty again. So let's take a few minutes. I'm going to put the timer on and let everyone settle in. And you can close your eyes if you're comfortable. And if not, that's fine. So have your feet flat on the floor or rested if you're sitting on a sofa or cross-legged. And you can choose to close your eyes or keep them open as you feel comfortable. If your eyes are open, just find a spot to fix your gaze or hold your eye sockets softly so that you can soften your eyelids. Do what's comfortable and what works for you. Let's feel the weight of our feet on the ground. When we keep our feet grounded, the energy of the body gets grounded. Let the ground, the gravity, hold the uncertainty that we're feeling in our bodies. Move your attention, your awareness to your calves, your knees, your thighs, your hips. Feel the weight of your hips on your chair or sofa. Move your awareness, your energy, up to your abdomen. Now further up to your heart space. Let your awareness also travel up your spine to the base of your neck, bringing you to your shoulders. Relax your shoulders, your neck. Release any tension that you might have around your neck area. If you're holding any tension or tightness in your jaw, then just gently with a breath, let it go. Soften your cheekbones, your eyes, your forehead. Let your arms be relaxed and hands be soft. And just put your attention on your breath. Feel your breath going in through your nostrils, right at that base, at that tip of your nostrils, where the intelligence of the air touches the intelligence of your body. See if you can keep your attention there for just a minute. Observe your breath going in and out effortlessly, allowing the body and the breath to be just the way it is. This effort translates into us allowing ourselves, when we go out into the daily world, to be just the way we are. Let's take 2 or 3 deep breaths. Watch your abdomen rise and fall. You can watch your chest rise and fall. Just pick a point that's comfortable for you. Pick an anchor, be it your breath at the tip of your nostrils, or the rising and falling of your chest, or the rising and falling of your tummy. And just sit there for just 2 minutes and allow life to be just the way it is. Openness, curiosity, willingness to accept our breath just the way it is. If your mind drifts, use your breath as an anchor to bring you back. It is in the nature of the mind to drift. We just have to make it in our nature to gently bring it back. The drift and the return is that best service that we can give ourselves. Not to resist the drift, but to work with it. If you feel distracted by a sound, that's okay. Be willing to accept it as it is, as an offering. Use your anchor, your breath, to bring you back, to bring your awareness back into your body. Our breath is always with us, always. Our breath friend, our best friend, has been with us since the day we came onto this earth, and will be with us till we take our last breath. Honoring this breath, learning to be with it, to sit with it. This is what can help the anxiety and the fear, and really help regulate our bodies and our minds and our emotions. Scan your body to see if you feel uncertainty in a certain place in your body. And if you feel the feeling of uncertainty in a certain body part, breathe into that spot, and with an exhale, see if you can let it go. See where you can feel the word love in your body. And sit with it. Take comfort in it. Embrace it. So you can turn to it when you're feeling uncertain when you go out into your day. Gratitude. See where you feel gratitude in your body. Is there a particular spot where you hold gratitude? Breathe into that place of gratitude within your body and see if you can send it to your toes, your knees, your hips, your heart space, your shoulders. Take it all the way up to the crown of your head. And hold yourself in gratitude, grateful for being alive at this time that is so difficult for so many. Now let's send some of that love out. Let's send some of this gratitude out into a frequency collectively for those that are in need. Let's take a couple of deep breaths. A small personal affirmation internally, in your own words, sending love and gratitude out into the world. When you're ready, you can open your eyes or just bring your awareness back into the room. It's pretty amazing that our body's always here and present in the now. And our mind is rarely in the now. It's always wandering and wondering and filling our bodies up with anxiety and fear and uncertainty with the day-to-day happenings. And we're at the peak of it at this time. So really having some short practices like this and just playing with words that resonate with you, asking yourself, what was your word for the day that caused you angst? And what sort of word you could use to cultivate a positive emotion to help balance that angst. And doing this little 5 minutes, 10 minutes through your day can really help uplift your own vibration. And then of course, the vibration of everyone around us. And really give us some tools to self-manage and be able to flow through this time, right? Because I don't think any of us have ever seen waves this turbulent as we have seen in the last 6 months, and this might continue. Interestingly enough, we all talk about having gotten used to this, having adapted to this, and yet this adaptation is not normal for the human body. So keeping that in mind and keeping that perspective at the forefront, knowing that you might have adapted to this almost fight or flight, although most experts are telling us that we're now coming out of the fight or flight. Most of us are, because we've adapted, but that internal fight or flight is there with the news. And that's why I started this conversation with what's going on in the media. So make sure that you have, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, something to help you surf through your day, help you manage your day, and of course, share that with your family as well. So I want to open this up for questions, but before that, I want to set an intention and let this be a group intention. So throw some words in the chat box for me and tell me how you guys are feeling. How was this practice for you? Gratitude, relaxed, consistency, relaxed and grateful. That's so beautiful. I love when we have these synchronized moments like this, right? Because I wrote relaxed and restful as my own intention as I was trying to, think about what are the things that I want to share with you today. So yes, I see relaxed here, I see restful here. So we're definitely all on the same page. And this is the beauty of meditation. You really realize that within a half an hour, we can all feel synchronized. We can all feel together. We can feel that togetherness. So let's make that our intention for the week, to be relaxed and to be restful and to be grateful. And when we come back next Monday, then we can talk about that and see, how much of an effort that took for us to inculcate into our day. So if anyone has any questions, you can just shoot them in the chat box. We have a few more minutes. Or actually, you can unmute yourself. There's not that many of us. You can go ahead and unmute yourself if you want to. And that way you can ask questions. I am you, and you are me, and we are one. Sending much love to you, Roma, and everyone here. Thank you, Joy. Thank you so much. That's so beautiful. So beautiful. I love that no one has any questions. Everyone feeling settled? Nevin, go ahead.
Question, of course. How do we find the balance of staying on top of the news, but not getting pounded over the head with it constantly, staying in the know, but not letting it drag us down? That's been my biggest struggle for sure. It's like I want to stay informed and stay in the know because it obviously has to do with my day-to-day at work, but also have a tough time managing how much of it I take in.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question because mindfulness is a quality. It's a capacity. It's that space between our bodies and the emotion. So entering that space, that fine space between the body and how we're reacting to something and the emotion that's generated from the body, creating that little space of mindfulness, if you will, that is the practice. And you can use your breath, whatever your anchor was that you picked today, whether it was, at the tip of the nostrils, or if it was your chest falling and rising, or your abdomen, or the weight of your feet, or your hands sitting. Have an anchor that you can go back to at will at any point during the day. And the more you sit for the 5 minutes to establish your anchor and get comfortable with what comes to you naturally as an anchor, the more more comfortably you'll be able to turn to it during the day. So this is the training. Yeah. This is the exercise. They talk about like weightlifting, right? That, and your cardio, that you do it at a certain time, but you feel the benefits of it all day long. So this is exactly what it is. What we do here together, if you can do this every day for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, then you can actually go back to your anchor to find that comfort, to create that space. Because for the essential workers, I mean, and for all of us at this point, it's important to know what's happening in our world. That's part of our existence. We're part of it. We can't separate ourselves from it, but how should we then not react to it and not become reactive to it? And when we do, which we're going to, hands down, that's just the nature of life, being able to have these tools to go to self-manage.
Thank you.
Does that help you? Can you visualize that, Navin?
Yeah, totally. And I know I talk to you every day and I haven't asked you this question, so I'm glad we got to get it out here. So
It's great. Thank you. Anyone else for questions? Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for being here. And
you.
I
Thank
hope
you,
to
Roma.
see you. Yeah, I hope to see you next week, same time, same place.
Thank you. Beautiful.
Bye.
Thank
thanks.
you.
Stay safe, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye. Love you, Mom.
Love you too.
Thanks, Roma Didi.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you for being here. Thanks, Swati. Thank you for being here. Shadi, thank you for being here.
Hi, I'm the only one left.
Yeah, we can hang out.
Hi, I actually, because I was on a call before that I couldn't get out of, and I was like finishing cooking dinner for the kids, so I couldn't, I had my video turned off.
It's totally fine. It's totally fine. How are you, beautiful?
Follow. I'm okay.
Yeah.
The whole school thing's been difficult.
It is very difficult. It is very difficult. And the
People
thing
are
is,
in so
you know,
many
it's one
different
of those
stages.
times in our life that we can't do anything about it, right?
I mean, I feel like it's sad because some people are just completely against, you know, gone rogue. Oh, I'm not going to wear a mask. I'm going to send my kids to school. I'm going to go on play dates. And then there's people who are quarantining at home 24/7 and everybody's at each other's throat. And it's really sad. And then my kids want to hang out with their friends, but then I'm like, I don't know what they're doing or where they've been. And I don't feel comfortable with that.
And this is the dichotomy, right, Shadi? We're all in this together, but we're not all in this together, you know?
Yeah.
We say we're all in this together because that is the intention, but are we really all in this together? You know, this is with anything in human nature, it's hard to get everybody on the same page with everything. We're all going to differ, and it really helps us. I'm going to turn the recording off. It really helps each one of us get to know our own selves and our own boundaries and be able to define them clearly and to stand up for our own boundaries and our own thoughts and our own emotions and our own opinions and our own families, and yet be accepting of what's happening with everyone else and trying to be okay with their decisions, knowing that they're probably not doing the right thing for everyone's
Right.
way.
No,
Right?
and that's hard. That's really, I saw something. I have a couple of mom groups, about 5 moms from Tristan's class and about 5 moms from Mason's class, and they could not be more different. It's completely different groups, completely different personalities. And then, you know, we kind of keep in touch and how's everybody doing and how are you guys doing? And, you know, when there's updates about school and whatnot, like we kind of discuss it a little bit, and everybody has different opinions. And somebody posted something yesterday that I really liked. I took a picture. I was going to repost it, saying that when a mom friend tells you, I decided to send my kids back to school, say, I'm so proud of you. That must have been a really hard decision to make. And then when a mom says, I decided to homeschool my kids, I'm so proud of you. That must have been a really difficult decision to make. And it's so true because either way, it's a really hard decision, but you know, there's a lot of thought and, you know, that went into it. And for whatever reason, maybe the parents both work and they're both doctors and they don't have anyone to watch their kids and they have to send their kids to school.
I love what you just said. This is a post for me.
Yes, you know? I'll send it to you too if you want to post it.
It's amazing.
I really love that because it's so true. If like it really comes down to it, like we're all human beings. I know they're all good people. We're all good people, and we want the best for our kids. Is we live different lives and we have different values, and that's what makes it so great, because we're all not the same, and that's okay.
And that's okay. And this is it, you know, this really, this type of dichotomy makes us realize that we need to take this into our day-to-day, into everything.
Yes.
Not be opinionated and judgmental.
Not tear each other apart. The whole, honestly, the whole, like, just when I was starting to feel better about the, the pandemic started, I think we were all in panic mode because we didn't know what was going on or what to expect or what to do. And just when things were starting to get better, and I actually kind of liked how I felt like everybody came together, and I saw kindness, and I saw people posting free workouts and meditations, and everybody trying to help each other.
Yeah.
And then the whole racial issue happened, and I felt like everybody just started tearing each other apart. If you said something, you were saying the wrong thing. If you said nothing, then you were on the wrong side. Like, maybe someone was just taking a moment to process everything because it was too much, and it was just too much. Like, for me, like, it really made me sad because everyone was just tearing each other apart, and it was coming, I know you taught me everything comes from either a place of love or abundance or lack, and it was coming from a place of lack and fear. And so it's sad.
What this time has shown us is that we have the capacity for both.
Yeah.
In human nature, we have the capacity for both. We have the capacity to come from lack and the capacity to come from abundance. And these two examples that you gave me are living examples of where we choose to put our attention. And mindfulness and awareness is where we put our attention. And if we want to put our attention in the lack, then we become part of it. If we want to put our attention in the abundance, then we become part of that. So where do we want to increase the collective energy? Because one is a million, right? So where do we want to increase this collective energy? And that's where we want to tip towards and say, you know what, I'm going to choose this because this makes me feel better. Now, if you have trauma and pain sitting in you, then the other will feel better. Because you want to, finally people are hearing, finally people are listening to something that you've been saying, and it felt like you were saying it under your breath your whole life. And now all of a sudden everybody's like, oh, what? Tell me more. So like a little kid, right? So now they need to get it out of their system. And we have to just allow that though.
Oh, sorry. I understand, like, they did the riots and everything happened, which I feel like I understand that they had.
The riots are not okay, by the way. The protests are okay. The riots are not okay.
But all of that set us back so much with the whole pandemic, because now look at where we are. And I feel bad because kids are stuck at home. And I mean, I know that we're blessed and our kids are in not an awful situation where there's so many kids where they could be in abusive and really bad homes, and school was their getaway, and now they're stuck at home doing online learning. And then this whole sex trafficking thing and the online stuff has been really got to me, because kids are online. Mason knows how to use a computer now because of the pandemic.
Isn't
and he's
crazy?
6.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would go to sign him in.
Child abuse?
He would tell me, "Oh, I got this, mommy." He started typing in the password. I'm like, "What? How did you memorize that?" It just.
Isn't that crazy?
They adapted.
So smart.
And there's
Shadi, do you know that report of child abuse has gone down by 60%?
That's so sad. Because where are they going to say it?
By 60%.
They have nowhere to go. How are they going to say it?
It was all reported in schools, right? And so now think, with the increasing anxiety and fear and the stress that people are going through, think about what that's doing for these kids. So this is why we all need to get together and raise the roof.
So that's honestly, I posted that. I normally don't like to post a lot of this kind of stuff because I know everybody has their opinions and I respect that. Like, we all are entitled to our opinions. But to me, it's like, why is it that, a pandemic happens, like something happens like that they talk about so much. And then this happens and no news channels, nobody's talking about it. Why is it that they're not talking about sex trafficking and they're not really talking about it? It's not on the news.
Yeah, because
I mean-
people's attention is elsewhere, right?
But this is worse than, to me, it's like we have choices on how we treat each other and police officers and us and like,
Yeah.
but
Do
these
you know the
kids have
usage
no
of
choice.
opioids has gone up?
The what?
Usage
and
of opioids has
suicide.
gone up.
So
Do you know
I get
that
worried.
prescription usage for antidepressants for teens has gone up by 35% last month?
So sad.
So think about
I just started taking mushrooms. No, I'm serious. My medical mushrooms.
yeah.
The one I was talking to you about, it's actually really helped me a lot. I don't know if you follow these naturopath doctors and if you're into that stuff.
You had actually sent me a link. I'm totally into it. But remember that I've spent a lifetime doing it. So I've come to a happy medium of, of
well,
where.
look at it. Because